Hey everybody, it's your pal jdubs here, and today I'm doing a very cool video, very meaningful video, something that I've been working at for some time, not necessarily the video itself, but the concept around the video, and that is, of course, spoon review. Yes, I will be reviewing some collectible spoons I have. This started, I believe, last summer in when I went on a trip to Washington, D.C., I got my first collectible, well, my second collectible spoon, but that's when my passion really grew. My first collectible spoon I got when I was a newborn, I don't really remember. So yeah, I'm going to kind of go over all of the spoons I have. Some of them I have really cool stories about. Some of them are just spoons that my family got me. So yeah, let's get started. We're going to start with this really nice silver spoon from Tiffany & Co. It's a really nice jewelry company. I'm sure some of you out here have heard of it. I know nothing other than that. They have given, well, not given me, but I have this beautiful silver spoon here. Just the best. Well, no, it's not the best, actually. It's getting a little tarnished. I need to kind of polish it up a little bit, but we can see this is a really nice, delicate spoon. I got this one when I was a newborn baby. One of my first child gifts was this spoon. And so I obviously don't remember receiving it, but yeah, I've had it for a long time, obviously, almost as long as I have had anything. So yeah, I really enjoy this spoon. It's nice company, and it's kind of a nice reflection on where I came from. So yeah, cool spoon there.
You should balance it on your finger.
Perfectly balanced, as all things should be.
Bum 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 bum.
Okay, so next we have a spoon that I was an idiot with, that I got rid of the case for. It wasn't a great case, it was literally just a black plastic case. This was, as I said earlier, the spoon I got from Washington, D.C., my first, my spoon that kind of started this passion. I got it, obviously, from the museum, which is kind of a museum all about news and the freedom of speech. A very nice place, a very nice museum. It's got Washington, D.C. on it. You can see a lot of stuff from there, like the Capitol building, all that. So yeah, it's a really nice spoon. Pretty well, yeah,
Winter, stop
it's got decent weight on it. Yeah, it's a smaller spoon. It was made in Canada, as we can see on the back here.
Canada.
So yeah. Overall, good spoon. I really enjoyed my trip to DC. It was really fun. I went for a leadership conference, and so yeah, we did a whole bunch of stuff. We saw a bunch of monuments and memorials, and one of the things we went to quite a few museums, and one of them was the museum where I got my first souvenir. And basically all of my souvenirs were this spoon, and then I did a binge buy at the Air and Space Museum because it was one of the last places I went. And so, yeah, that was kind of crazy because I spent as much money as I could on gifts, because this was the only thing I had gotten up to that point.
And yet he still got me a donut hat.
I got you a bear.
And a donut hat.
Right.
You said it was the donut hat, and that was it.
That was a prank. Okay, moving on. Our next beautiful spoon here, we have it in the case, is out of Switzerland, as we can see. And this is kind of brings me to an interesting point of kind of my family's history, because my mother is actually from Switzerland. She originates from Switzerland, as does my grandmother, who both live here, live in the same town as us now. So,
and literally our other half of the family is from Switzerland.
Well, yeah. Well, no.
It's from Europe. Europe.
Anyway, so yeah, this is a souvenir from then.
Take it.
You know, my mom, my grandmom, kind of told my relatives that I was collecting spoons. So I got this really nice spoon. It's got Wengen on it. It's probably not how you say that in Switzerland. One thing that we're gonna get into when we come on to a couple of the other spoons is that if you can look at this thing at the top here, it's never quite centered. Never quite is. It never quite looks right. And when we get to my next spoon, which I've looked for a lot of, we'll see that, it was tough to find one. And it even seems like this little one under it, the Wengen, also doesn't, it's not quite centered, it seems.
Hey, imagine how many spoons they're making a day. They can't make sure every single
I know, I'm just saying. I'm trying to get a nice thing. Anyway, this one's also got a pretty nice balance here. It's a very good spoon. This one is silver plated.
Ooh, shiny.
Yeah. It says, I think it says perfection on the back.
Perfection.
And duet. And so yeah, this
it's
is
probably not duet. It's probably something in French.
duet.
Duet.
Anyway, so yeah, this is a nice spoon. I really appreciate the sentiment. I've had some good times. I've been to Switzerland a few times to see my family up there. Had some good times up there with my family. Last time was a long time ago, back when I was in like 4th grade, which would be 2014.
I was in 1st grade,
Yeah.
and I was turning 7, so that's what I remember.
Yeah, that was crazy.
And we went to a chocolate factory.
So you were 7, right? That would make me 10. So yeah, that was quite a while ago. My most recent.
By the way, right now he's 15. So
yeah, we have a cool little spoon out of Switzerland. So our next spoon is another spoon in which I picked out actually our last spoon of the day that I had a choice in that I picked out. Also, my most recently collected spoon, made in China, just like almost everything. It's out of San Diego. We have a spoon from San Diego. San Diego, one of the best places, one of my favorite places. I really enjoyed
Puppy, stop eating
being
the carpet.
in San Diego. And yeah, this one's really nice. It's kind of got a bit of a dolphin in the spoon. Not a bit, it's a dolphin. Full dolphin in the spoon here, which is really nice. And also a boat. And as you can see with this one as well, it also not centered. Let's get the focus a little bit.
Here's the story behind this one.
Yeah, so basically,
we looked everywhere for a spoon.
Well, okay, no, we didn't look everywhere. I've been collecting spoons for a while at this point, right? I have 5 other spoons. And now we're in San Diego. It's like the last day we're there, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't have a spoon yet.
So we went to Old Town San Diego, and John Luke and I were looking everywhere for a spoon.
Yeah, we really wanted a spoon.
And we found like these little teaspoons, and we're like, no.
Yeah, at first we found a couple like antique spoons, but we're like, no, we want a collectible spoon from San Diego. Where will we find that?
And he got so sad when we didn't find one.
We didn't find one in Old Town San Diego, but we thought we could find one probably literally at the airport. We were like, the airport's probably the best place to find it. And you know what? We were right.
I saw this gift shop. I'm like, hey, maybe there's a spoon there.
Mm-hmm.
And we looked, like, there was a giant shelf. There was a shelf full of spoons.
Yeah, there was multiple options.
And he looked through all of these spoons.
Yep,
and he couldn't find one that was centered.
Yeah, it's crazy. This is literally the most centered one they had.
Yeah. Some of them were like almost sideways.
And there were some of them with different designs, but I was like, I like this.
They all had, like, most of them had dolphins
engraving on it. So yeah, that was fun. I really enjoyed my time in San Diego. Like I said, that was my most recent spoon. We did that trip in like March, I think, of this year.
Yeah, it was like the last week of March or spring break.
That was really nice. And yeah, that was pretty much the last thing we did in San Diego was bought that spoon. So yeah.
Good way to close off that trip.
Yeah.
Nice spoon.
And
we lost it in the backpack, and like I had the backpack on the airplane because we were like all separated, and John Luke started blaming me for losing his spoon. He's like, "Did you lose my spoon?" I'm like, "No, it's in the backpack."
So now
then we found it.
We have literally, I think, the best use for a penny I've ever seen in my life, and that is on the top of the collectible spoon. Anyway, I have a lucky penny from Vegas. No, I did not go to Vegas. I've been to Vegas, but I didn't get the spoon in Vegas.
We were like 4. I was 4. I was like 4.
Yeah, it was a long time ago.
We were like 8 or
something. Those relatives from Switzerland were actually here for that trip. Anyway, no, my mom just recently went to Vegas for a business trip. And, you know, she was probably waiting in the airport, and I was like, you know what? I think...
No, she found it in this, like... It was like this weird... It wasn't a casino, but it was like a gift shop next to a casino. Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense as well.
So she found me a unicorn. So, lucky unicorn from Las Vegas.
Yeah, so this one's a nice spoon. Kind of really hard to balance, actually. Like I said, the best use for a penny I've ever seen. Literally, pennies are the worst. At the base of the spoon, you got this some cards. That you really, when you go that close, it goes out of focus. Okay.
You're the one who's shoving it at me.
Okay, so yeah, we have some cool little cards there.
Oh.
I don't really have any information on it other than that. It's not for food use.
Oh.
I haven't used any of these for food. I considered using my DC one for food at one point.
What?
When I first got it. Thankfully, I didn't. I realized this is collectible. This isn't eating. Anyway.
Wait, what?
It doesn't matter. So yeah, this one's a nice one. Las Vegas is the place with a lot of smoke.
Actually,
it's hot all the time. A lot of casinos.
I think I remember once licking your Tiffany spoon. Like, it was when we were really little. I went and I licked it and I used it as a spoon, but there was nothing on it.
Are you sure it was when you were really little, or right, like yesterday? Because that is something you would totally have done. Like,
yeah, you're right. Like, you considered it.
Yeah.
I'm sure you've done it too.
Anyway, yeah, the Lucky Penny from Las Vegas. Don't have a huge connection with this one. I'm probably gonna rank these spoons at the end, and that's one gonna be at the bottom, probably.
But I don't know. There's some weird
I'm gonna rank them
and
and rate these spoons, just like a true. I should have been rating them this whole time. I'm gonna rate them.
I really like it. That's what
that's what I've been doing. So this one is from Portugal, from the same Swiss relatives I was talking about earlier, and they were on a trip to Portugal, and they were like, "Hey, it's a collectible spoon from Lisboa. Let's get it for our pal." So
our pal.
now I have a spoon from Lisboa. As you can see,
it's a pretty blue
this
gem
is
on
actually a really nice spoon. I do enjoy it. It's not my favorite spoon just because I don't have much of a connection. That's the thing with a lot of these spoons that I like.
To me, it kind of looks like there's a spoon on each side, so you can eat off of both.
But yeah, so these are just, I've never been to Lisboa, so it's a nice spoon. I do really enjoy this spoon, but I don't have the connection with this spoon that I have with.
You mean the connections that you have with two?
Right, but at least I've been to Switzerland. Like, I've never even been to Portugal.
And you have you don't know where the heck the Tiffany one came from.
Doesn't matter. So, yeah.
Wait, I have an idea.
That's my spoon
What
collection.
if the Tiffany one was the first spoon you ever ate off of,
God,
and so Mom and Dad kept it? That's the story behind the Tiffany spoon.
I don't think that's how it works. So now Rosie, you're gonna put your camera on all these spoons all together. We're gonna rate and rank them now. We're gonna rank them, and I'm gonna go opposite of the order I talked about them. So we're gonna start here with the Portuguese spoon that I just finished talking about.
With the sticker on it.
So let's think. I'm going to be rating these on a scale of I would literally eat crap off of this spoon, like that's how much I hate it, or which is going to be a 1, and a 10 is going to be this spoon should be in a museum.
Maybe it will be someday.
None of these are going to be a 10. No, I'm joking.
Museum,
some of them will be pretty up there.
The museum of John Luke's garage.
I like that. Anyway, so this Lisboa spoon, like I said, I really don't have a very high connection with it. And you know what? Thinking back, I know I said that the Vegas spoon's probably going to be the lowest, but actually no. I think I'm going to put the Lisboa spoon in the lowest spot. I'm going to give it a 3. 3 out of 10, which is pretty much around I'll eat cereal out of the spoon. It's a fine spoon. It's a usable spoon, but it's not.
They're all usable.
It's
but
not
don't.
a spoon. That's not what I mean.
Just
don't. That's not what I mean. Anyway, but it's it's not a spoon. So the next one I'm gonna put up here. I'm gonna actually go with Vegas, and the only reason I'm putting Vegas over Portugal, I'm going to show you, is because I can do that with the penny.
Oh, I wasn't on it.
That's literally the only reason that I'm ranking that above the Portuguese one, because I can do cool stuff. But also, it's got a cooler design.
It's
with it.
shinier.
So this one's gonna go a solid 4 out of 10. Once again, like, you know, it's a fine spoon. It's nice, but like, it's not a high end like my favorite spoon. The next one,
Okay, yeah.
this one kind of pains me because it's such a nice like overall like design wise.
Such a basic.
Spoon.
It's like just basic and.
But like it's pure silver. It's a nice spoon.
But maybe
So we're gonna
if you were to
take a jump
know
here.
the story behind
Right,
it.
that's the thing. Like I don't have an emotional connection with the spoon. All I know is that I got it when I was like a baby. So like, you know.
I got a stuffed animal. He got a spoon.
I also got a stuffed animal.
You got 2.
Yeah.
And you named them Orky and Penguin.
I didn't get penguin.
Yeah.
I got TT. Anyway, point is, spoon. We have the spoon.
Don't you still have
And
this? You still have this animal.
it's a fine spoon, but I don't have the connection that I have with some of my other spoons. So that's gonna go for solid 6 out of 10 because it's a jump above Vegas. It's quite a bit of a jump, so we're gonna skip one of them. So it's not.
I love how you
there.
didn't choose 5. 5 is like
Well,
half and half.
The reason that I'm not choosing 5 is because there's
4, 6.
Yeah, I'm trying to show that there's a gap between
Okay.
the Vegas spoon and the silver spoon. And I think the best way to do that is to skip a number. So now we're down to the final 3, the top 3 spoons in my 6-spoon collection. We're in the upper half, the bronze, silver, and gold, even though I put the silver one in 4th place. Okay.
It's 3rd. Yeah. Wait. What? Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
I can count.
So, in 3rd place, our 3rd place spoon,
Swiss one.
I think this was expected. We're gonna have Switzerland.
Is this a plastic spoon?
I don't think so.
Is it?
No, it's silver plated. So
Okay.
it might be like plastic underneath, but there's
But
at
it
least
feels
silver on
like
the top.
plastic.
There's silver at least on the top. plating.
Yeah, but it feels like
But
plastic.
yeah, maybe underneath it's like a shell. It's good enough.
It's good enough.
Anyway, the reason that I am placing Switzerland above Tiffany is one, it kind of has an actual like design,
There's
and
2.
2, like I remember Switzerland. I remember being in Switzerland and having an amazing time, and I loved it in Switzerland.
And this is probably the most centered centerpiece I've ever seen.
Yeah, out of all the spoons we've seen, this is the most centered
And
one.
we saw an
So extra
entire
points
wall
for
of,
that.
of spoons at San Diego.
It was
and none of them were centered.
So yeah, I remember Switzerland. I remember having a great time in Switzerland, and the spoon kind of brings back those memories. So even though I myself didn't get it in Switzerland, and I don't have the connection to Switzerland with it through it, I still have more of a memory of Switzerland that this brings back, whereas my Tiffany doesn't really bring back anything. But I was a baby
Memories
once.
such as me stuffing my face with chocolate at a chocolate factory.
That was a good time. So, our final 2.
Don't
Who's-
tell me you didn't do it too.
I had a few pieces.
But sure.
Our next spoon's going to be Museum, the spoon that started it all, that got me into spoon collecting. And that's kind of why I think it's my second favorite here. Because, yeah, it put me into this position with all these spoons. It wasn't my first, but it was the one that got me rolling. It's pretty nice. It's got cool words on it. I do really like the museum, and I really just enjoyed the entirety of my trip to DC.
And there were some
which this
funny
brings
things
back.
at that trip. Like at the museum, they pronounced the Chief Washaki as Chief Washaki.
That was
And
funny.
anybody who lives close to Worland or Wyoming or Thermopolis, you
Yeah.
know that it's Washaki, not Washaki. And there was also a girl who thought that buffalo, bison
Extinct.
were extinct.
Anyway, which leaves number 1 as the San Diego
San
spoon.
Diego.
San Diego.
Rip.
It's my most. I need to rate the other 2. Crap. Okay. Rating for Switzerland 7 out of 10, just above Tiffany's. Rating for Museum also a 7 out of 10.
7.5 out of 10.
No. Yeah, sure. They're on pretty close grounds. The only reason I
Hey,
choose
Winter,
Museum
stop
is
messing
because I
with the
have
cat.
a little more of a memory. And then finally we have San Diego. I just like the design the most, although the centering really, really, really annoys me.
You know you can just take it off and recenter it, right?
No, because it's literally not the right size.
Just take a Sharpie and, like, color it right there.
Not the right size, Rosie. Like, it's that bad.
I know.
Anyway.
It was the best one, though.
Yeah,
There was one that was, like, almost sideways.
Point is, you know, it's just the best design. It's got really nice, and, you know, it might even just be because San Diego's my most recent memory, and so it's my favorite memory. So that one's going to get a solid 8 out of 10, because no spoon is perfect. At least no spoon that I own.
I was there, so, here's how I rate it. This is 3.5, 4.5, 6.5, 7.5, 8.8, 8.5. I just put 0.5 after all of them.
Except this one. You rated this one higher than this one.
No.
Yeah, you said 8.8.
8.5.
You said this one was 8.8.
No, I said 8.0. 8 point.
What'd you say this one was?
This is 7.
You went 2.5, 3.5.
6.5, 7.5,
oh, 8.5. Okay, sorry, I thought I heard 8.8. Anyway, that's my spoon collection. That's spoon review. Hopefully, in the future, I'll have more spoons and we can do another one. We can re-rank, re-rate after all time's passed. And yeah, that's my spoon collection. 6 amazing spoons that will forever have a place in my heart. Except for the one from Portugal.
You stupid Portugal!
That's not true. Portugal's cool. Anyway,
you stupid spoon, Portugal!
Anyway, that was jdubs in the house.
See? The house!
Yeah. jdubs in the house. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
There's only 30 of you, so you gotta get more.
For more spoons.
Pathetic.
More spoons. See you guys next time.
More spoons.